If you freeze up before starting a conversation, if you replay a conversation in your head 10 times after it's over, if you've ever cancelled a date just imagining what the other person will think of you, that's not your personality, your way of being. That's a mental pattern, and every mental pattern has a scientific explanation behind it and a way to be undone. Today I'm going to show you exactly what happens in your brain when social anxiety kicks in, the 3 mechanisms that keep it alive without you noticing, and how to switch off each one in practice. Stick around until the end because the 3rd mechanism is the one that leads you straight to a more confident state, one that doesn't depend on pretending to be someone else. Before we go on, I need you to understand something. Your brain wasn't born trying to sabotage you. It's just trying to protect you. In primitive times, being rejected by the group meant being left alone in a dangerous world. So, our brain developed an alert system, hypersensitive to any sign of social judgment. The problem is that this system doesn't know how to tell a joke that fell flat at a party, apart from real life-threatening danger. To it, both trigger the same alarm. This has a name in psychology: negativity bias. You remember much more intensely the moment you stuttered than the 20 other moments when the conversation flowed just fine. That's your brain giving more weight to something that other people won't even remember, and once you understand that, you already stop blaming yourself so much for feeling what you feel. Now I'll describe the 3 mechanisms that keep social anxiety spinning and what science recommends to switch off each one. The first mechanism is the spotlight effect. There's a classic social psychology study with that exact name. The study shows that people tend to overestimate how much others react to them. You think everyone noticed your voice shaking, but in reality, most people were too busy thinking about their own lives to pay attention to that detail. So next time you leave a conversation thinking you embarrassed yourself, try to remember this. The spotlight you feel on yourself is much stronger in your own head than it is in the reality of the people who were actually there with you. After a social interaction, there's a tendency called post-event processing, basically replaying the conversation over and over looking for mistakes. This is mechanism 2, and it's not healthy at all. It's rumination. And that rumination only feeds your anxiety further instead of resolving it. If you catch yourself mentally replaying past interactions over and over, try this. Remind yourself that it's just a meaningless mental loop with no real substance. Redirect your attention to something concrete around you. That alone cuts the rumination cycle short. Mechanism 3, avoidance that feels like relief. Every time you avoid a social situation because it makes you anxious, your brain registers, "I managed to escape the danger, avoiding it worked." And that reinforces the mental belief that the situation really was dangerous. This is the basis of what therapists call a safety behavior. A crutch that feels helpful in the moment but blocks your progress in the long run. The science of gradual exposure points to another path. You don't need to dive headfirst into your biggest social phobia right now, out of nowhere. Decide in advance to expose yourself to a situation that usually causes you mild discomfort, like asking for information or asking a stranger for the time. Repeat it a few times. You'll notice that progressively these situations lose weight in your mind, becoming more tolerable and even interesting. The brain slowly relearns that it isn't a threat. And this is where the real difference lies between genuine discomfort and the false solution many people choose, creating a persona for these kinds of situations. That solution burns out fast and makes you come across as fake to others, because people sense the incongruence unconsciously. Real confidence, what we call natural charisma, comes from emotional self-control, meaning your ability to tolerate discomfort without running from it, without pretending to be someone unbothered. Try to practice genuine curiosity. It helps a lot with this process because it shifts the focus from how am I being perceived to what can I learn from this person. That shift in focus on its own already knocks out a good chunk of the anxiety. So, pick one small situation this week, a conversation, a comment, a hi to someone new, and test one of these 3 mechanisms in practice. Comment below which one made the most sense to you, and if you'd like me to go deeper on any of these points, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.